Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 96. And I got a special guest for you, Mr. J. Griff himself. So y'all make sure y'all show him some good hospitality. Yeah, this was supposed to happen last night, but had a lot of technical difficulties, so I was kind of, pretty much slowed down a little bit. But we gon' get this started and we gonna rock it out. And today's topic is pretty much, simple, but it gets real deep. I feel like we have to look out for each other. We have to love each other, and we gotta make sure that we come from the heart. Because a lot of people just be, acting like that they did everything by themselves, and me being me, I always give my credit, you know, when it's due. I always mention that this show didn't just happen by one accord. It took a lot of people. It took love, support, a little bit of everybody to make sure that I got to where I'm at today. And I'm forever humble about it. And I'm forever humble by people that support me. So we just go keep it a buck, like always. But yeah, here's the guy that, reached out to me and he wanted to be on the show, wanted to give his experiences, his story. So I always make sure to whoever wants to come, I let them know that, we share history. And I love this guy music. Good guy, humble, and he's just dope. Dope individual. So I'm about to play some of his music and I'm gonna wait till he gets here.
What's happening?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on, my brother?
Man, nothing, bro. Just playing some of your tracks.
Right on, right on. That's my joint right there.
Yeah, mine too, man. Shoot.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot, bro.
Man, always, G. I just wanted to say welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
I'm
reaching
glad to
out
be
to
on
me.
here, bro. For sure, for sure. Glad to be on here, though.
Man, me too, man. Shoot. Like, I really was, disappointed, man, that I couldn't get you on last night, man, because I was just like really in the mood, but then I was just like, things happen, but it's not over. So it's gonna happen. So we just
Hey, slowly but surely, better late than never, right?
yeah, yeah. So how about you
So,
tell us about yourself?
and I'm pretty much average cat, born and raised in Saginaw. I've been doing, as far as the music goes, I've been doing music for almost 20 years now at this point. I've been writing since I was 8 years old, writing my own stuff, freestyling, and I did pretty much a lot of stuff with this music so far, and yet I still haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, I heard that, bro. And what made you want to rap in the first place?
Oh man, story. So my older brother, I have an older brother who did music as well. So watching him do it all the time, and I was up under him the majority of the time. So me and my brother are best friends. So 7 year difference though, but I used to watch him and his friends all cipher outside. And me as a kid, I used to run out there and try to get in the ciphers, say a couple bars, and run right back in the house. You know, just to be nosy and stick my head in. So that's how it started. That's the origin of it.
Man, bro, that's what's up, man. Cause I really like your style, man. It's real laid back, chill. I bet you get like you from Houston a lot, huh?
Man, bro, either that or LA, I swear. Like the comparisons is crazy. Like is bewildering at the most. You know what I'm saying? So y'all do get a lot of that Texas sound from random people. People tell me I either sound like I'm from the West Coast or I sound like I'm from Houston.
Yeah, that's just let you know, man, you doing something right, bro. Cause I bet a lot of people just wouldn't even thought that you was from here.
Man, no, they don't. If they don't know me, they would assume I'm not from here.
Yeah, but I must say, man, it just I interviewed a lot of rappers on here, and I say like out of all the rappers, you like in my top five from around here, man. You very underrated,
I appreciate that, brother. I
but we
really
gonna
do.
change all that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be over after this episode because I'm putting a lot of people on you, so we gonna make sure that people know who Jay Griff is. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate that for real, for real. That's humbling.
Man, no problem, man. Like I said, bro. Like I had so many rappers on here, and a lot of them are good rappers and everything like that. But I always try to, give everybody like a chance to humanize themselves, and set themselves apart. And because I know, like, pretty much in a, music scene around here, it's just people, treat certain artists like they God figures, or mythical figures and stuff. So I always, try to, you know, be deep and, just have a conversation like amongst men.
Right,
And
right.
and that's why I wanted to bring you this topic, um, because we have a problem with passing the torch around here. We have a problem with uplifting each other and stuff like that. And I just believe that a lot of us could do better in that department because we have a lot of people that just think that, oh, I don't owe anybody anything. I got here on my own and I did all this by myself and this and that, which is not the case, because I know, just from my experiences that you can't make it on your own. You got to have somebody like an OG or somebody who was, did it first and this and that and took you under their wing. But I would say
Right.
that as far as me with this stuff, it was just something that I wanted to do. I just always had an outspoken spirit, warrior spirit, always, spoke my mind. That's what got me in trouble a lot in school because I just spoke my mind. Like anybody that ever, um, pissed me off or told me like, man, you wrong and this and that, I always stood my ground. So I just always spoke from my heart, always, said what everybody else was afraid to say. And I got suspended a lot because of the fact that I just never shut up. But it was cool. It was cool because it, you know, compared me and pretty much, gave me a sense of this is what I need to do, because everything isn't always about, just trying to outdo each other. If anything, that's just the power of this social media stuff. It's really all about networking, but certain people, abuse it. Would you
Oh
agree?
yeah. I agree entirely, bro. I agree entirely, bro. Like in a certain degree, some people do like they it's hard to put into words, but it's more like you got your clique of people, I got my clique of people. My clique of people gonna go hard for me, and if I got enough clout in the city, everybody else gonna go hard for me too. It's not. It's more not to insult any other artist. It's not really based on skill no more at this point. It's not. It's not based on skill at all. It's who you know more than what you can do,
Yeah,
and that's how I feel at this standpoint.
yeah, and I just think that when it comes to that, it's like a one big high school again, bro. It's just you got your jocks, you got your cool kids, you got your populars, and you got your nerds, you got the ones that pretty much in between and stuff. And what I see on here, I see this a lot. It's just certain people could get away with murder, get away with just, putting other people down. They're trying to do something that's trying to be positive, and that doesn't really get, I would say, acknowledgement. And just like you said earlier, the word and the term go with it, or just, um, famous and this and that. It's just people want to get it, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to just, you know, make those sacrifices. They don't want to, you know, have to step up to the plate, but they want the notoriety. And I just think that is just a double standard on that.
It's very much so a double standard, bro. Like you don't want to work as hard for the accolades, but you want the accolades immediately. That's not how that works. You have to build a legacy upon that to get your accolades, man. It only
Uh,
makes sense. You putting the cart before the horse at that point. Like how can you obtain that without the work for it?
oh yeah, I agree, man. And here's a known fact that I just found out was that Chadwick Boseman, his schooling was paid for by Denzel Washington.
Right.
So pretty much Denzel Washington, you know, like helped make a Black Panther movie because he
Exactly.
believed in somebody that he didn't know, but he was just like, let me pay for his schooling and stuff, let me help out. And just a little help got him to being one of the greatest actors that we had. Rest in peace to him. But it's just the fact that he didn't even know this kid, and this kid never forgot about that. And
Right.
and I feel like you haven't done anything unless pass the torch to like a kid or something, or it's just somebody just in general, just putting, your money, or just, sharing a link, or, posting their music on your page and stuff like that, because that's priceless. That costs no money. It's the help
Right.
and support. And we get,
Right. We all in the same area, bro. Like help uplift each other instead of doing like being crabs in a bucket. You don't want nobody to be more successful than you, and that's not what it's all about. You never know where that could be. Somebody might remember you just from sharing that. A little share or a like goes a long way. It
yeah,
actually pushes and fuels to keep us going. That's what it's all about.
yeah, man, because I never forgotten about who helped me out when I was broke and when I didn't have nothing, when I was out there in them streets, homeless. And I'm 33 now, so I was going through that for like 14 years, pretty much. Cause I ain't gonna say that like I had a bad life or a bad childhood, anything like that, but it wasn't stable, But I was allowed to just, figure things out. Cause unlike certain kids and people in our peer group and stuff, I didn't have help like that. from blood. So my father figures had consist of who I met along the way, and they saw that I wasn't a bad kid or just a troublemaker or anything. I didn't get the house shot up or nothing like that. So they just, was like, you know, damn, like, you a good kid, why you don't got nobody? Why, what's going on? Why you in a homeless shelter with us? We grown men, you 19, you a kid.
Right,
But,
right,
but it just, you know, growing up without my father, man, it left me, you know, pretty much unidentified. I didn't know who I was, and that's the reason why fathers are really important to us men, because you can have all sisters and then you're the only boy, and then you grow up, you know, puberty gonna show up whether you ready for it or not. So a woman can't really
yeah,
teach you how to be a man, and she can do it the best she can, but you need a man to teach you how to be a man. And luckily, man, I had a few mentors. I had a few, big brothers, OGs, that came to me and set me down and told me that here, you need to get your stuff together. I understand your situation, but I'm here to help you. And I just remember, them giving me money, buying me clothes, giving me somewhere to stay, all types of stuff, bro. And I just remember that all of that because I'm in a position where, I can uplift a young man who feel like that he gonna got nobody.
right.
Because everybody needs love. Everybody needs support, man. I don't care what anybody say. That kid can be the most problematic individual on the planet, but everybody wasn't born evil. You know what I'm saying? It gets to the point of just going through, highways and byways, and you just feel like, you don't have no purpose. And all it takes is a sit down and a conversation. But people just be so quick to judge, man, and they don't really ask the tough questions. They don't ask, what happened and how come you ended up this way? Where
People
your
be quick to
parents?
sidestep that. They be quick to sidestep that and avoid the sensitive topics, man. And it's got to come up sooner or later.
Oh, shoot, that's really important, man, because I feel that could prevent so much. And I just, sit back and think about how blessed I am sometimes, because I don't look at the superficial things as a blessing. I look at, just the small things, and I'm able to turn on a light switch and the lights work, turn on a water
Right.
faucet and it works, you know what I'm saying? Running, and still have food in my house, man, and still have the knowledge of the fact that, I didn't give up on myself. I didn't quit on myself when people was praying on my downfall. A lot of people counted me out, and I'm still here. I'm still standing regardless.
It's a blessing,
And
bro.
yeah, man, and I just always remember all of that, man, because I want to be in a position one day, like when this platform come, man, I want to, you know, donate to a kid and help somebody. Send a lot of kids to school, and that's the mission, man. That's the plan. And I just don't move like everybody else, man. I move pretty much as a collective instead of as one individual. I move as a collective because you just be surprised of the impact that you have and the people that look up to you.
Right. You
Because I'm
never
pretty
know who
sure,
watching. You never
yeah,
know who watching you.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure, like, with your music, man, you inspire many.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it can happen.
I mean, it's not impossible, but as of right now, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hopefully, though. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully.
But my question to you that do you ever feel like, you know, you be discouraged sometimes and feel like, like why I'm doing this and ain't nobody gonna listen to me like that, or my following isn't gonna grow. Do you ever
Oh
have those type of doubts?
man, there's been a couple of times I almost hung up the mic for good and said I don't even want to do it no more because I felt stagnant at one point. It felt like I wasn't going nowhere. Like I have my support, but it just felt like why am I doing this? Like I don't feel like I'm doing enough or it ain't good enough for somebody to catch their ear and be like, man, it's hot right here. This the one, this that hit right here. And that type of stuff take patience, but it's doing it for as long as I've done it for, like it gets discouraging sometimes because you see someone you've never heard of and just skyrocket way past you. But most of the time, when it comes to that, it comes to a support system too. A team can take you a long way. So if any artist or any entrepreneur said they came up by themselves, that's more than likely false because they had someone to help fund, support, endorse, and share their product. You know what I'm saying? It that's just it's factual.
Yeah. And here's the thing: it's just with the Jay-Z and the Dame Dash situation, Dame Dash doesn't really get the credit that he deserves, man.
Oh no, he doesn't. He does
And
not.
because I believe just as the artist and everything, I believe Jay wrong about a lot of stuff, because
Oh yeah.
I
Let me
I
turn
just
the
think
fan on. It's getting dark. So that my bad about that. I'm outside chilling,
oh, you
catching a
good,
breeze.
bro. You good, man. No, but it just I think Jay just really crossed Dame, because Dame really helped out a lot. It was really Dame that got in that is a hard knock life beat from somebody else. That was somebody else's song, and Dame went and go purchase that beat for
I
Jay.
never knew that. I never knew that.
Yeah, I do my research, man. Especially on like hip hop, bro. Like I know a lot of stuff, but yeah, Dame really was the one that brought in Kanye West too,
I
cause
mean,
cause Jay didn't want him.
oh, I don't see how could you not early Kanye genius
Yeah,
genius. He I don't think another artist could have a 3 album run in the beginning of their career and not miss like that. His first three he did not miss at all. But for you to like, how could you? That's you almost passed up on diamonds right there, like in a literal sense, because he produced that too. But we that's for another one. But like,
right. Yeah, man. It just people, praise the person that did it, but not the people that helped them. And I always like whenever I come across like my old mentors and stuff, and I just hug them, man, because it's the growth. We both be happy of the growth, and I appreciate the growth myself. But it would have not been possible if it wasn't somebody, you know, just telling me that, oh, you can be what you want, because this conversation doesn't really get talked about, how most of our parents can destroy us before we go out into the world. All depends on about what kind of parents you have. But if you had a supported mother, then you straight. But if you had that type of mother who was toxic and narcissistic and just, ghetto and this and that, and did horrific activities and stuff like that, man. I praise anybody who are able to find success, who are able to, find some type of closure in their heart, because, a lot of us have that dear mama syndrome, man. And a lot of us just, you know, be a victim and don't even know it. But I always said to myself, like, regardless of everything that I've gone through, I always, gave my mom just a sense of, I love you, I forgive you. Even though a lot of things you done to me was wrong, but I love you because, that's just what I'm supposed to do. But also it just, this bothered me, and I didn't appreciate the time you did this, and I didn't appreciate the time you did that. And a lot of times, people just be like, you shouldn't say that or you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, well, why not? Because I'd rather for her to hear from me than
Than
somebody else.
anybody else.
And then,
Right.
and then they add on some shit that I didn't say. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't say that. But
Right. Man, but as far as that, like I was blessed to have both parents in my life, man. My pops taught me the game, still teaching me the game to this day. Sit up and I try to talk to him every day. And I talk to my mom every day. Good morning text from my mom makes my day. That's we we tight. That's family. Them my best friends, you know? Shout out moms and pops. So
right.
yeah, them my best friends. I just talked to them today. So like we forever good.
Yeah, then that's what's up, bro. Like, because to be honest with you, man, I wish I had that relationship with my father like he does with yours, man. Because, my father, he pretty much picked drugs over his children, over his family. And now that I'm older, I begin to understand that he was human. And I just know that I got to do better just by watching him, because I feel like if any man could lose his family and lose everything that he had, um, it's best to learn from that man.
Right.
And you can learn just from watching others. And I learned a lot. I learned, what can happen when you walk out on your family. And don't be surprised when your family don't give you a second chance. And you have a lot of young men out here who have babies out here, who have kids. I wish I could have a kid, because I will love my kids to death, bro. Especially your
Yes.
son, man. I'll be like, man, this my little dude, man. This my twin. He
I
gonna.
only got one child. That's my daughter, 6 years old. Love her to pieces. She gives me unconditional love. That's my baby, man. Spitting image of me if you ever saw her. She look like her mama too, but splitting image of me for sure. That's my twin for real. I love that little girl to pieces, man. And it's a wonderful feeling to have someone who gonna love you regardless. Just look at you like you could do no wrong in their eyes. That's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Even with my nieces, bro, my 14-year-old niece, man, because I had the pleasure of holding both my nieces when they was first born. I just remember, picking them up in that little bed where they at the hospital. I remember scooping them up and then just grabbing my finger and squeezing like with all they might and stuff. And it just was a privilege, man. It was just the fact like they didn't even know who I was, but I loved them before they was born. They didn't even know who I
Right.
was until, a little bit later on. But I just don't see how people just can abandon somebody so innocent.
Who didn't ask to be in this world to begin with, man.
Yeah.
If
And
you realize that that's a blessing in disguise. Like these kids can change you for the good. They can change you for the good. Like it it'll show you a side of yourself that you never seen before, and you learn more about yourself through them. It'll teach you a lot. I've learned a lot in 6 years alone on my 28-year journey, but I've learned a lot from my daughter. I learned a lot about myself and about her. I learned a lot.
yeah, me too. I would say, even though they wasn't my kids biologically, I feel like I owed them enough to become somebody. And just me as a kid, I saw my uncles, man, and I wasn't impressed. I wasn't moved, I wasn't even motivated because I never had an uncle that was, like a man, like was doing something. So when it was my turn, I was just like, I gotta be somebody. I gotta do something. So now, um, that they're young ladies and a teenager and stuff. It's just amazing that their classmates at their school watch my YouTube channel, and they was like, hey, a lot of them didn't even know that I was related to them because they was just talking about, hey, it's this YouTube channel, this guy from Saginaw be talking, you know him? And they tell them, oh, that's my uncle. Like, oh, you
Oh, that,
lying, quit lying and everything like that. Like, I call him right now. So my oldest niece FaceTime me, and she was at school. So she FaceTime me. I'm like, what's up? And this little boy was all like, oh my God, like you was telling the truth.
how was that? How did that feel, bro? Bet it felt great, huh?
Man, it was funny because it was like, I didn't think I was that important. I didn't think I was that special yet, but it felt good, like it just was like, okay, that's hopefully, it can grow, into the suspicion or whatever, but it just was it was a good feeling. Anybody that be admired like that, it's always a good feeling. It's always a good feeling to be just acknowledged for something positive, for something good that you're doing that people won't even believe that somebody related to you, man. And it's gonna happen to you too.
Man, I hope so, brother. I really do.
Man, it's gonna happen, bro. Like, cause you got something there, man. You got like a whole just dimension about yourself and sound. And I'm a sound guy. Like that's why I have so many headphones. Like I listen to a little bit of everything. And just the fact that you don't even sound like you're from here, you have an original voice, so that's cool.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's man, for real. That is humbling. Like way humbling, bro. Appreciate that. And I'm happy to be on your platform, man. I'm very happy to be on your platform. This is my first interview doing anything or talking about anything like this. So this is new for me in a sense too.
Oh, thanks, man. Shoot, and get used to it. It's gonna happen, bro. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be doing this, for a living. To be honest with you, like I always thought that I was just gonna be a cook, because that's what I do at my regular job. I'm a cook at the hospital. I cook
Okay.
for the general public, sometimes for the patients. So I really thought that that's what I was going to be doing for the next, um, shoot, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And then I found this. Well, this found me. So I'm just grateful, bro. Like every level in life, man, you just gotta always commend yourself on what you do, because it's like we all have a stage in life. And just with your music and stuff, you coming up down them stairs and or off the porch and stuff and doing that, you knew that you needed a studio. You knew that you need lyrics. You know you need beats. So it's just, it's it's pretty much like when you're supposed to be somewhere, everything flows together instead of things going by like, all over the place or be a mess. But when you're supposed to be somewhere or you're supposed to be doing something, everything flows with it.
Right, and it flows naturally too. Like it's not forced.
Yeah.
It perfectly in sync.
So have you done shows or performed live anywhere yet?
Which the crazy thing is, I have not. I have not done anything like that. So all of this is like new. All of this is new. Only thing I've been doing is just the recording process, as in performed on shows. Never done it. Never done it.
Man, like I said, bro, it's gonna happen, man, because it's just all about preparation, because right now I have, you know, done so many episodes just sitting in my living room. You know what I'm saying? This is my living room. I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm not in no studio. I'm not in no, room that I'm written on. This is my living room. This is ghetto fabulous, but out of that ghetto fabulous, I made a masterpiece. I made a gold mine. So
Right.
it's all about, perception. Because one day I'm gonna have my own production company. I'm
Speak
gonna
it
have,
into existence, bro. Speak it into existence.
yeah, absolutely, man. Because it's just like I said, it's just all about how bad you want it and nobody else. Because everybody gonna come eventually. They may not see it now, but they gonna see it later. They gonna be like,
Right.
dang, man, I used to work with him, man. Look at him now. And I see it. I see it every day, bro, because I can't see nothing else. Like all the stuff that I used to see. And and then when you're doing something remarkable, people gonna come. And you're gonna be tested on how bad you want it. I had to tell, certain females, man, who had popped in my DMs and stuff like that, man, was like, hey, I see you, keep on doing what you're doing. And then they asked me, oh, can I come over and all that stuff? And I'm like, no, I can't. I
Don't
be
bother
trying.
me. I'm working.
Yeah, I be trying, man. But that's just how bad I want it. It's just the fact, like, once you are able to just refuse certain distractions and stuff like that, stuff that could have, you know, took your
Oh
focus
shit.
off.
My bad. Almost dropped my phone.
Hey, you good, man? No, but it's just,
Um,
it's just like the old you, man. The stuff that was able to take you off track doesn't work anymore. Then let's let you know, like, hey, this is meant to be, because
yes,
it's not
sir.
easy. It's not easy being focused, man. But you have somebody that needs to hear your story, that needs to hear your music, that needs to hear just, how far that you had came out of any and everything that you experienced.
Right. Everybody got a story, bro. Whether it's through podcast or through music or even through simple interviews and movies and whatnot. Everybody got a platform to work with in some type of way, in some type of facet. It's all on the way of projecting onto it.
Yeah, man. But another thing, bro, like, so how do you feel about, where we at today as far as people? You think we have a
People,
lot? Yeah, I mean, like, as far as um, like current events, social issues, stuff like that.
we're regressing in the wrong direction if you want my honest opinion.
Yeah,
Like a lot of us, we could do better as human beings, man. And a lot of people are oversensitive and over opinionated and like to force their opinion on people. And if you don't accept their opinion, you're wrong, and it can cause a whole backlash behind that. And we, just as humans, just need to do better, treat each other better. It'll be a better place if we do. Like, how hard is it to be nice to not excuse? How hard is it to be nice to somebody? You know, how hard is it to be good-hearted to somebody? How hard is that? It don't take no effort at all.
It really doesn't. And
You
I
literally
always,
exert more energy being negative
yeah,
and wanting to be spiteful towards people. You literally have to go out your way to do that when being nice is simple and easy.
yeah. And I just think that a lot of it comes from just ego. People are afraid to take L's, but I think L's are necessary because you get the chance to see what a W feels like. And when I get my wins, man, I'm grateful because I took so many L's in my life. And most of them was capital L's and some of them was lowercase L's.
And
But
what another thing is that some people don't like to admit, a lot of these L's that we take are mostly self-inflicted. You know,
yeah,
if you think about it and sit down and analyze your situations, it's a mistake you could have made. It's rare that we're put into a predicament that we can't control. It's rare. A lot of that comes from something you build beforehand that ultimately led to that L. You know,
man, I agree. Because I can honestly say that when it comes to like certain things that happened to me, was just the fact that I didn't know the rules of the game. And there's rules out here. But it's just people think they don't have to follow the rules and think that they can get by just by hurting good people all the time and feel like they don't have to pay the price or pay the piper. And those are the type of people that are dangerous in my eyes because
they not to be trusted.
no, no.
Not to be trusted at all.
Yeah, because once I learned about the difference between friends and associates and colleagues, we try to put people in different categories in one category. And you can't do that. That's what gotten so many people killed. Is by putting associates in the friend zone, in the friend category. And these people plotting,
Right.
every day. Can't stand you. They hate you. And it's not their fault. It's this, the fact that they just either go by what they experienced, as far as like in their household. They heard their mama on the phone hating, they heard their daddy on the porch talking to his friends hating. So eventually they gonna inherit all of that. But I never had no hate bone in my body. I may have been mad at a person or dislike a person or despise a person, but hate them, I don't hate anybody. I think everybody has a role in our lives. That you got the ones that is good to you, and you got the ones that's bad. But the ones that's bad serve a purpose as well because they pretty much making you stronger.
I agree. A lesson in disguise.
Yeah, but I'm working on myself as well, man. I work on myself every day. I tell people this all the time. I don't ever want to have people think that I'm perfect or that I'm indestructible because I'm not. I've been
Right.
through a lot to get to this point. and and I'm just grateful for just the fact that I'm still alive, man, to tell my story and to talk to a little bit of everybody because this show really has given me just a good chance at redemption.
And think about it like this, bro. Like, you came a long way. It's still more success on the way, though. It's still more rewards to reap. it's still more fruit to get from that success tree, bro. It's still more. So what you done is it's cool, but it's still more that you're going to do.
Oh, I agree, man. Regardless of what happens now, man, I have a legacy. Regardless of whether if what I'm saying, I die tomorrow and this and that. I know that my voice still here, my face here. I'm cool. Yeah,
Right.
that was just like what always been like a worst fear of mine. Is to, go away without experiencing just something that has my voice here, that has my story here. Cause it's so many of us young black males, man, that perished without that. All they got is other people's accounts and not from their own accounts. And that's why I don't believe in keeping everything to myself and holding things in and all that stuff. Because, you know, why? When you can just
It's
be,
damaging.
yeah, yeah, because you really could help somebody. You really can, um, I would say, make a huge contribution to somebody's life just by, know, being honest and being just open, and I just encourage a lot of people just like whatever you're feeling or whatever you're going through, just be humble, don't be bitter, be better.
Yes,
So
sir.
whoever,
Yes, sir.
yes, because whoever is the problem and this and that, they gonna feel it through your success. They gonna understand it. Cause I had so many people add me back, bro, like who played me or did me wrong and this and that. I don't do it for my ego to be fed. I do it because I want them to see that they didn't destroy me.
Right.
They didn't get me down and stuff. So I have no hard feelings, no animosity, nobody, because I'm here to serve a bigger purpose, and the purpose is just to show that we all can come together, regardless of where we live and regardless where we came from. We can grow. You know what I'm saying? We can take this over.
I agree wholeheartedly, bro. All
So
it takes is putting egos to the side. That's all it takes.
yeah, man, it's just I just think that it's just gonna be a long road ahead of us, but at least somebody is doing it. And just with this mixtape that I'm working on, it's gonna be the biggest thing ever. I'm pushing it
Hmm.
because,
Tell me more about it. What's on this mixtape, brother?
well, pretty much everybody that ever came on my show, they all submitted a track and stuff like that. So I'm calling it Exodus Volume One. I've pretty much always been a big fan of the Bible story and how Moses, Prince of Egypt, and had everything that he wanted, but once he figured out who he was, he couldn't run from that.
Right.
And regardless of where he was at, God found him and told him, hey, I understand you got a family now. I understand that you a shepherd and this and that, but you're going to have to do what you was put on this earth to do. And
Exactly.
he made all these excuses and talking about, oh, I'm not good enough. I stutter. They won't listen to me. I was the Prince of Egypt and this and that. And God, pretty much put him in his place, but also, told him like, I'm going to be with you. And this is the
Right.
mixtape that needs to happen. We need to have all these people, because I don't look at everybody as a plague or nothing like that. I look at everybody, even though out of each plague, something big happened. You know what I'm saying? It was a good reason behind it. So with this mixtape and stuff like that, everybody from all different sides of town, people from Detroit, people from ATL, people from Houston, people from Cali gonna be on it.
Cool.
And for the first video, man, I just want like just for all of us, everybody like that I mess with, man. All of us, can be like in the park, you know what I'm saying, or just streets and stuff. I just see it, and we just all having fun and stuff. I'm watching everybody perform and stuff. This made me want to rap, and I ain't no rapper, but I'm just so inspired. I want to join in, but it's just that type of stuff, bro. Like I look at it as a way that this is going to be the biggest, because we need that right now.
Yes, sir, we do. So my next question for you is when you need a track by, because I can get you something cooked up. When you need a track by.
Oh man, shoot, anytime you're ready, bro. I'm probably gonna, yeah, I'm gonna drop it in August, but right now I'm doing like a lot of rebranding and stuff. So I'm finna drop the chapter 2 of my show, probably like in August. But right now I'm just getting everything prepared. But it's whenever you ready, bro. We can make it happen.
Always. Always ready.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we gonna
And
make sure.
I hope to come back on this show again for sure. I'll come back as many times as you need me to, bro.
Oh yeah, man, no problem, man. We like I said, man. Once you come on here, you family. So we gonna stay locked in and stay, you know, in touch, and because I really enjoyed this, man. This was fun. This was
This was
healthy.
this was an experience for sure, man. Beautiful one at that.
Yeah, just remember when you make it to the top, you're gonna be like, hey, my first interview was the 1804 show. Shout out to him. And because man, like I don't know, it's crazy because like in even numbers, when I do episodes, like in even the numbers, I have so much fun, man. They good, man. Energy right. I enjoy
Right.
all of it, man. It's just cool, bro. Like 96, man. Shoot, I'm just living my dream, man. I ain't like I said, I ain't think this was gonna ever get this far, but I'm glad it did, bro. And I'm glad that people are sending me good reviews on it. A lot of people that I ain't think was watching me, man. So like I said, it's all good, man. I'm just, trying to, do this so one day I can have a son or a daughter, man, so they can have this, and they can see how their father, did everything they could to try to help the community, man. Because people make it seem like you got to be outside with picket signs to care about the community when you can just, be in your own lane. You could just be doing what you love, and that's helping out, that reaching the masses. And
I
I'm pretty
agree.
sure like your music is going to reach somebody, even if it reach one person, and that person, you know, either come up to you or you hear it in an interview when they blow up and stuff like that, be like, hey man, Jay Griff, man, that dude had a spirit about him, man. He had that voice, man. It was so cold. Cause I always do that, I listen to a lot of artists who ain't no longer here, and it's just like that voice, man. And that's what make us live forever. Is what we do with our music or what we put out as far as like our work and whatever we are passionate about. So that's what
Yes,
makes
sir.
us, relevant. So
Yeah, cause you invest time to your craft and you practice your craft, people are gonna notice how far you came along with it. You know, like you find little tricks to the trade that you be like, if I could have applied this earlier, it could have been better then. But the more you learn and progress, the better your craft gonna get. That 10,000 hour thing is not no joke. That's real. That is real. Putting 10,000 hours into that craft.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. It is.
man. And I'm just grateful for even the older G's, man. Like, cause I always, go back and watch a whole bunch of '90s talk shows, man, and saw how they was really talk shows back in the day. Just talked about real issues. But now, everyone has a podcast, and certain people just talk about sports and this and that. So when I bring people on, I like to talk about also them, but love to talk about a little bit of everything. It's just all about you know rap packing and stuff, and see where a person's intellect is at, because everything isn't always about just the small things, but it's also like, okay, well, how's your perception is when you leave your house? Is it the same as mine, or do you see what I see type thing?
Right.
and, and a lot of people just, they're like, kind of, I ain't really worried about that, but it's all good, man. Like I said, I just, as a host, man, I hope I make you feel comfortable, and make everybody else feel comfortable, because that's what I don't try to do. I don't try to make anybody uncomfortable. I always try to make people feel like that they're at home and stuff. So, but yeah, bro, I really enjoyed this episode, man. And let me know whenever you want to come back.
Hey, whenever you invite me back, bro, I'm always available. And this was eye opening to say the least. I enjoyed it for my first interview. This was great. I felt right at home, comfortable, chilling, just having a conversation, just like it's just me and you in the room. Just everything was cool. Nothing was forced. Everything was just straight vibes. Straight vibes.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro, man. And like I said, man, and I want you to just think big. You got this. From what I hear, you already there. You
Oh,
just got
you
to
think
get this.
so?
Yeah, you there. Just from the
I
couple tracks
appreciate
you
that,
sent
man.
me, I was like, dang, like this dope. I don't ever hear anybody like this in the city like that. You really do have a unique sound, man. Like, I don't know who does your beats or does your like engineering.
As far as like beats, I've reached out to a couple of producers. A couple of them actually are in this city. His name Corey Jones. He go by Dubs. He produced my first album, the entire thing. He produced the entire album. I even reached out a couple of my guys in Ohio who produce and do different types of beats. But as far as like the audio engineering, my man Jay Sambo gave me the game on how to do it. Him and my guy 18 Letters showed me how to do my own mixing and mastering, and then I took off from there. So I didn't come up with this by myself. The only thing I come up with is the rhymes that I write down, the cadences and the flows. That's all me. That's all me 100%. But I had to learn the game from somebody, right?
Yeah, and that's about passing the torch, man.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm pretty sure, you're going to help a kid out who's just starting. Nobody knows them. You could be like, hey, man, this is what's told to me. I'm going to give it to you now.
Right. Give them the game and some.
It's funny because with this, I even have people grown come up to me, and they thinking about, want to do their own thing. And they just like, man, like, any advice? I'm like, shit, I'm still learning. Like, I don't know, like, but I appreciate the incentive, but I'm still learning. I watch people, you know what I'm saying, and just do my own thing, but it's just a good feeling when you are able to, learn and grow and to build, because this is just about building, you know.
Yes, it is.
And then also, it's just a it's just a nice um it's therapy too. So, and oh, my bro said, "What up? What up, boy?"
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, we getting comments. I didn't see them, but I
Nah,
was
I didn't see him either.
that's crazy. But yeah, man, I just because everybody just say that like your show is just like Dr. Phil and all this other stuff. It's real therapeutic. I learned so much from every guest you come on, and I'm like, I soak up whatever my viewers soak up. So it just works both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because I just always try to apply it to my everyday life. Because
Right.
I ain't gonna never have it 100% like everybody else, but I do learn a lot. I learn, just with their life experiences and then with my life experiences. And I just reflect on damn, like everything wasn't as bad as I thought. Cause there was just certain people that didn't have their mamas no more, went to jail and this and that. And I never went to jail. My mama's still alive. And so I always just, try to be like, okay, well, let me take a step back and allow me to appreciate things. Cause people just really don't realize how good they got it, man.
Right. Too busy worried about which side of the grass is greener instead of what we got. Maintain your own first, man. Always.
Always, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap this up, bro. Shoot, I need to get my drink on. So, what I'm saying? But like, yeah, bro, we go keep in touch, and I can't wait to hear that track. And let me know when you want to come back, man.
For sure. I'm gonna be shooting you stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna shoot you a couple tracks after we get off of this interview. I got a couple of them I'm gonna shoot you that I've made, and hopefully you enjoy them, bro.
Okay, bro.
Already. It
All
was
right,
it was a
man.
pleasure being on here, man.
Man, likewise, man. You have yourself a wonderful night.
You too, my brother. Be smooth.
All right, you too, fam. Peace.